Hey there YouTube, Wrestling Optimus here, back with another LEGO build and wrestling reactions video. Today's gonna be a really short one because the LEGO build we're doing is only 221 pieces, but since we're gonna be reacting to AEW's Forbidden Door pay-per-view, I've decided to just react live to the main event. So before we get to building and reacting, let's take a look at what's already gone down. On the hour-and-a-half-long pre-show, which is ridiculous by the way, things opened with Kyle Fletcher defeating Serpentico, and then there was a four-way tag team match, with Brody King and Malachi Black of the House of Black versus the makeshift tag team of Kyle O'Reilly and Tomohiro Ishii versus Private Party, and finally versus the New Japan Strong Openweight Champion Gabe Kidd and Roderick Strong with the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions Matt Taven and Mike Bennett. After a whole bunch of ridiculous action, Brody King scores the pin with a Gonzo bomb on Brother Zay. Next up, Willow Nightingale and Tam Nakano took on Chris Statlander and Momo Watanabe. Another decent match, especially for the pre-show, as the babyfaces, Tam and Willow, get the win. We continue with a quarter-final match in the Women's Owen Hart Foundation tournament, as Saraya, with Harley Cameron, takes on Mariah May with the AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm, although no sign of Mina Shirakowa. There was a really good near fall as Mariah almost tapped out, but eventually she got the most devastating move in all of sports entertainment, the surprise roll-up on Saraya to get the win and advance. And finally, in trios action, Los Ingobernables de Japan's Hiromu Takahashi and Yota Tsuji took on Mystico and the Lucha Brothers, of course with the hype man Alex Abrahantes. I was actually kind of shocked by how big a reaction Mystico got, and sure enough, he gets the pin over Titan with a submission. And that'll do it for the pre-show as Taz joins commentary for the main card, which kicks off with MJF vs CMLL's Hechicero. If you love MJF's antics during matches, then you are gonna love this match. He plays all the hits and eventually wins with a brainbuster. His one arm does appear to be kayfabe injured in the aftermath though. For anybody who watches my channel regularly, you know I'm kinda down on AEW right now, almost exclusively because of what the Young Bucks have done with the whole Elite thing and kinda forcing CM Punk out of AEW. I don't know, in my opinion, they should have kept Punk, gotten rid of Jack Perry, and demoted the Young Bucks from EVPs. But here we are as said EVPs, the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson team up with Kazuchika Okada to take on the Scissor Ace Hiroshi Tanahashi and one of my favorite tag teams, the Acclaims Anthony Bowens and Max Caster. No daddy ass in sight. The babyfaces actually dominate for most of the match, but in the end, predictably, Okada hits the clothesline not so predictably on Tanahashi, who for those of you who don't know is actually the president of New Japan right now, and the bad guys get the win. They engage in some extracurricular activities after the match, causing Billy Gunn to sprint down from the back and make the save. In quarterfinal action for the Men's Owen Hart Foundation tournament, the American Dragon Bryan Danielson takes on the Rampage Dragon Shingo Takagi. Jumping right to the results, your winner is Bryan Danielson after he taps out Shingo Takagi, meaning he'll go on to face the bastard Pac at Beach Break this Wednesday on Dynamite. That brings us to honestly my most anticipated match of the night, as AEW Women's World Champion Timeless Toni Storm takes on Mina Shirakowa with, yeah, sure, the title on the line, but really, it's Mariah May who is on the line. By her own admission, Mariah says that Toni Storm is like a mother to her, but Mina is like a big sister to her. In typical Joshi fashion, she presents flowers to both ladies before the bell, but then she refuses to take a side and simply sits by the commentary desk. These two legends of Stardom put on a really great match. In the end though, Toni uses a headbutt and a Storm Zero on Mina to get the pin and retain her title. But let's face it, that's not the story here. Mariah May gets into the ring and eventually convinces her two BFFs to shake hands, and then hug, and then all three of them kiss, and Nigel McGuinness gives a teary-eyed standing ovation on the commentary desk. This was incredibly weird and awesome all at the same time. Speaking of awesome, Zack Sabre Jr. versus freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy was incredible, especially if you like real fast-paced technical wrestling. Basically, if you've ever seen a Zack Sabre Jr. match, then it was this, but with Orange Cassidy taking things seriously. Counter after counter, hold after hold, it was awesome. Definitely go check this out, my personal match of the night. It ends when Zack Sabre does some sort of wacky improv submission hold where he just keeps grabbing different limbs and pulling them until suddenly Orange Cassidy is in a tight little ball and submits. But as he leaves the ring, Sabre does give a slight indication that he respects Orange Cassidy now. In stark contrast, next we get a trios battle that I was absolutely not looking forward to, as FTW champion The Learning Tree Chris Jericho, who I am hating right now, teams up with the Redwood Big Bill and the New Japan World TV champion Jeff Cobb to take on Hook, Samoa Joe, and Katsuyori Shibata. The only cool part about this match was when Samoa Joe took on Jeff Cobb and they kept running into each other. Also, it ended with a really cool spot as Hook hits Jericho with the Judas effect to get the victory. In what I can only assume is AEW's answer to Money in the Bank, we get the TNT Championship ladder match between Top Flight's Dante Martin, El Phantasmo, the Scapegoat Jack Perry, the Alpha Konosuke Takeshita, Lio Rush, and the Ring of Honor World Champion Mark Briscoe. Most of these guys are well known for being high flyers and incredibly quick, which by the way led to a lot of people climbing the ladder fast, which you never see these days in wrestling. But after everybody gets knocked down, of course, Jack Perry is left to easily climb the ladder and become the new TNT champion. Oh yay, I'm probably going to fast forward through those matches on Dynamite, if he even has matches. On the women's side, we get a title versus title match as the TBS champion, the CEO, terrible nickname, Mercedes Moné, takes on the New Japan Strong Women's World Champion, Stephanie Vaquer. I will say, Stephanie Vaquer really impressed me, but unfortunately, and predictably, Mercedes Moné wins and retains her TBS championship while also winning the New Japan Strong Women's Championship. But she can't celebrate for long, as Dr. Britt Baker DMD makes her long-awaited return to AEW and stares down Mercedes from the ramp. I'll be curious if she only goes after the TBS title, or actually tries to go after both of those titles. Finally, in what I'm guessing is the semi-main event, the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship is on the line as the current champion Jon Moxley takes on former champion Tetsuya Naito. Moxley comes out in a tracksuit to his New Japan theme instead of Wild Thing, and he appears to be uncharacteristically focused. But it doesn't do him much good, as Naito ends up hitting the Destino and becoming your new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion. Honestly, good for him. That title needs to go back to Japan. There was no reason for Moxley to have it, and it's a feel-good moment for the other promotion that's part of this pay-per-view. And that brings us to the actual match I'm going to be reacting to. It's main event time as the AEW International Champion Will Osprey challenges Swerve Strickland for the AEW World Championship. And as you've been staring at this entire time, I'm going to be building the Barc Speeder escape from the Mandalorian. This is when Jedi Master Kelleran Beq, the Saber Hand, rescued the wee baby Grogu from the clone troopers during Order 66. This was one of my favorite scenes from recent Star Wars, as the actor Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks in the prequels and got a ton of criticism for it, was able to redeem himself by playing Kelleran Beq And not only looking like a badass, using 2 lightsabers, as indicated right there, but also officially being revealed as the Jedi who saved baby Grogu during Order 66, a mystery that us fans had been guessing at for the entire course of the first 3 seasons of The Mandalorian. And seriously, I cannot explain just how much hate this guy got for playing Jar Jar Binks. So for him to now be an epic hero in the Star Wars universe must feel really great. So let's crack this open. Like I said, this is going to be by far the smallest set I've ever done a reaction to. Let's see if it's even more than 2 bags. Okay, it looks like we got 3 bags and a relatively small book, but we are going to be getting 3 minifigs and of course a baby Grogu in his pram. I will say I have like 5 or 6 baby Grogus at this point. But whatever, he's adorable, I love him, he's one of my favorite characters in all of Star Wars. So, to an extent, you can never have enough. But yes, this set depicts a speeder bike chase through Coruscant from the Jedi Temple, hence the speeder bike and this little lamppost, I guess, which is supposed to kind of be like a street decoration on Coruscant. So let's get these out of the way as Will Osprey's music plays in the background. The lights go black, we get a little video introduction, and here comes the aerial assassin Will Osprey. I believe that Excalibur just said that Will Osprey here is wearing a Hayabusa mask. Not sure if he died recently or what that's all about. But as always, we are going to begin by assembling our minifigs. In this case, it's Jedi Master Kelleran Beq. Oh, he has a cape, so let me make sure that goes on. There you go. And meanwhile, some rapper that I don't know, but I guess New Yorkers do, is introducing us to the AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland. I think he just got censored. Nana doing his dance down the ramp. I wish I could say more about what's going on, but frankly, if you've seen a Swerve Strickland and or Will Osprey match, then you've seen them all. I mean, they're both really athletic. Gotta appreciate it, but unfortunately, not really much else to say about that. The crowd's definitely into it. They're doing the Osprey, 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 Osprey chants, which I think come from like soccer in the UK or something. All right, and it looks like we have 5 extra pieces. We'll put them aside, and we move on to bag 2. We're going to start by building both of the clone troopers. Now I think we're going to be building the sidecar, maybe? Not totally sure. We added the little handle sticker to the side here. And on this one, we just got like a bar instead of a handle. That's going to go on the other side here. I will say the weigh-in that they're talking about happened on, I guess that was Collision. That was actually pretty cool. Don't normally see like realistic weigh-ins that kind of just break down. Of course, we're doing a chop/punch battle where they just go back and forth and no sell it the whole time. That's definitely boring, and I hate when they do it. However, Will Osprey just did a backflip, and now they're going fast. See, when they do this stuff, that's what I like. Into a power bomb, 2 count, into a Styles Clash. There we go. Also a 2 count. Yes, I forgot. Daniel Garcia has a shot for Will Osprey's International Championship coming up here. And if Will Osprey wins, then the world title is also going to be on the line. Interesting little tidbit. My favorite Lego sets growing up were part of something called Ice Planet. And on that Ice Planet, they had a whole lot of these skis. So you can put these on a minifig and they go skiing all over the place. Anyway, interesting to see skis being used for like side plates here. Alright, we added our little sticker there on the front. Oops. Oh, and they just both slammed onto the commentary table, but I am the table. It didn't break. Looks like we have 7 extra pieces as we move on to the third and final bag. And it already looks like we're getting a bunch more of these skis. And there he is. It's the baby in his pram. And there we go. He's in the sidecar. And these are blasters, so if you put a couple of red, I don't know, torpedoes, whatever they're called, you can fire them incredibly hard at something. This new design with these type of cannons is ridiculous. They fire so hard. Okay, so it looks like you can also just set the baby aside. So we'll do that. And now I think we're going to build that weird little lamppost. Osprey just hit the Stormbreaker, but Swerve Strickland kicks out. MJF is watching on from the back, former world champion, of course. And now we're getting AEW chants. So, hey, after all of this time, the crowd is definitely still into it. So, gotta give it to them for that. We will set our intrepid Jedi Master there with his cape flowing. We will set baby Grogu right there. Oh, I did forget to put the skis on here, so let me do that real quick. Oh no, Don Callis just showed up. He's trying to give Osprey a screwdriver, but Nana just shoved him to the floor, and he gets a big pop. Oh, Will Osprey is about to attack Nana until he realizes what he's about to do. Osprey is a good guy at heart. He throws away the screwdriver, tells Nana to go away, but gets kicked for his troubles once he gets back in the ring. Got a swerve stomp. Ref Aubrey jumps in. No, only a 2 count. Okay, before this match finishes up, there were 3 extra pieces there. This is what it finally looks like. We got the speeder going past this lamppost on Coruscant, being chased by 2 clone troopers. I think it's pretty awesome. I love Kelleran Beq. But before I say any more, this match I think is coming to an end. Osprey can't get the hidden blade. He's too tired. It allows Swerve to hit the house call. He gets his version of a package power bomb. Not exactly sure what it's called, but it's good enough to get the win and retain still your AEW World Champion, Swerve Strickland. Anyway, like I said, I am a prequel apologist. I actually really like them. I don't hate Jar Jar the way that others do or did at the time. In fact, I really liked him. I had an inflatable Jar Jar chair in my room because inflatable furniture was the style at the time.
Which was the style at the time? No!
And so yeah, when I got older and I found out that the actor had gotten so much hate, he actually contemplated killing himself. That's when it became so important to give him a second chance, give him a character who has so much importance to the lore. And yeah, now he's gonna go down as a legend in the Star Wars canon for all the right reasons instead of the wrong reasons. Again, I already have a million Baby Yodas. I already have a million clone troopers. I got this set almost exclusively for Kelleran Beq. Back to the pay-per-view real quick. Swerve showed a lot of respect towards Will Osprey. Kyle Fletcher comes out to console his friend, and that is how we go off the air. No big surprise at the end. It looks like Britt Baker was really the only big one. But overall, I'm going to say that was a really solid pay-per-view. I wasn't looking forward to it so much, but now that I've seen it, I'm impressed. I still think AEW does way too much interpromotional stuff as it is. I know there's not a ton of casual fans out there, but even the diehards don't know a lot of these New Japan and CMLL people. So when you throw them on TV with little to no introduction, it's hard to build matches with any kind of real heat. With that said, these foreign talents really do deliver consistently, so you can't really hate on it too much. In the end, I am gonna give Forbidden Door 2024 a 4 out of 5 or 8 out of 10, however you want to do it. It was really solid, but not all the way up into that A+ range. But that is going to do it for today. Let me know what you thought about this LEGO build or AEW and New Japan's Forbidden Door down there in the comments. If you liked the video, make sure to do all that normal YouTube stuff. Smash the like button, share with any wrestling or action figure fans you may know, subscribe to the channel, and spread the word. You can also talk to me over on X at WrestlingOptimus, or see all my best figure photography over on Instagram at WrestlingOptimus. I'm also on Facebook now. If you haven't seen my latest video, it should be on screen now. But until next time, I've been Wrestling Optimus, and I'll catch you later.